Happy New Year to everyone, and welcome to TFA Talking Point. I'm wishing all of you Happy New Year 2025. By the grace of God, we are in 2025, not by our own making, but by the grace of God. And today we will be answering this particular question. What are your expectations for this year 2025 regarding the crisis in Southern Cameroon and all the problems in Cameroon? What are your expectations? What are you expecting? I believe those who are for federation, they are expecting that this year will be the year where they will achieve their independence. Those who are for two-state federation are believing that with the wind of change blowing through Cameroon, they will have two-state federation. And those who want an indivisible Cameroon are also wishing and believing and hoping that something good will happen to them. It is a year that many people are expecting a lot, especially in Cameroon, because of the upcoming presidential election. And many Cameroonians are just praying for October to come so that they truly will confirm that President Paul Biya will not partake as a candidate for the upcoming presidential election. And it is the prayer of everyone, all Cameroonians, except those who are stealing the taxpayer money or benefiting from the national cake. If not of that, all Cameroonians are praying that President Paul Biya should go home. No matter what he deliver as a speech on the 31st of December 2024, all those things are things that he keep on saying. There is no message of President Paul Biya or his speech for 42 years in power today that can maybe be more than what he did, or the statement, or the things, or the promises he gave to Cameroonians when he took over power in 1982. He promised Cameroonians heaven on earth, a better living standard. He promised to cut down corruption. And for 42 years, he failed to. It is not during this period. And then during his end of year speech, he also made mention that the government will do everything to improve the route in Cameroon. But the main problem is that they find it difficult to gather money. But when the Prime Minister was giving or explaining how they spent and collected 2023 budget that was voted, 2024 budget that was voted in 2023, he explained everything, that they collected everything, even more than the budget that they voted for. But they said they did never have money, meaning the budget was not allocated. No budget was allocated for route. As President Paul Biya said, they find it difficult to gather money for it. But that is not our issue today. The question we are asking and answering is, what are your expectations for this year 2025 regarding the crisis in Southern Cameroon and regarding all the troubles in Cameroon? And the next issue is the issue of the presidential election. We are sure that 2025 presidential election will take place in Cameroon. There is no way it will not change, because President Paul Biya also confirmed, and Maurice Kanto also declared that he will be running, but we don't know which political party he will be running through. Osi Joshua is already out, sent a New Year message. Kabira Libi also sent a New Year message. Akeremona also, and many others, opposition leaders, have shown up that they are going to run. Meaning, one of the things we are expecting is a new president come October 2025. And that is one of our prayer points for this year, that we should pray over it, that God should give us somebody that can understand that Cameroon is made out of two different countries, or two different people. Yes, let me put it this way, two different people, not two different countries, two different people who were separated for 45 years, governed under different policy, different opinion, different educational system, different judicial system, different many things, the way of life, the way they behave. So that is an issue we are expecting and praying that God should do for us. That is my one first expectation, that God should give somebody that can open up a way how we can live as people here on earth without fighting each other. God should open a way and bring somebody who will not hold on to the military solution to end the crisis in Southern Cameroon. That is my first prayer and my first expectation regarding the crisis in Southern Cameroon. I keep on saying we cannot fight and fight and fight, believing that one day we are going to, or we will fight forever. No, we have to look for ways to end the crisis peacefully and solve our problem in a peaceful way. And one of it is to take President Paul Biya out of government, take the CPDM out of government. Then we will have a way to go. But somebody asked me some kind of technical question yesterday regarding this issue, that if President Paul Biya will finally take over again, or if a CPDM militant take over again, it means that the crisis will continue again for another 7 years because the whole entire CPDM hold on to the military solution. I say, to me, if that happens, then it will be a problem. It will be a problem. Many people will be disappointed, and people like me maybe will prefer to join and support the idea of separation, because we cannot go again another 7 years with the military solution. And how can we do the separation? That was the next question. Without fighting, that I am against fighting. And then the only thing I told him is that that Southern Cameroonians, there are many intelligent Southern Cameroonians. There are Southern Cameroonians that can open doors. The whole issue is that President Paul Biya bought them. If there is a way we can convince them to come back and stop eating from the national cake, stop benefiting from what President Paul Biya is doing, giving them, then there will be a way. There are many Southern Cameroonians. When they talk about intelligent people here in Cameroon, if you look through, at least out of 10, 6 will be Southern Cameroonians that are recognized internationally. They can open any doors. Presently, the president of the United Nations General Assembly is a Southern Cameroonian, Philip Mouya. And then he is sitting in a place where he can open the original document regarding Southern Cameroon. He can open up to read for himself why is it that French Cameroon got independence without British Cameroon. Because when they got their independence, that was yesterday, 1st January 1960, everybody was aware that British Cameroon will achieve their own independence as a country on its own. So Philip Mouya, who is a Southern Cameroonian, is sitting there as the president of that organization. And he is having the right to open any doors and any document to find out. But how can we convince this person? There are many Amazonians in the United States of America presently. Many of the leaders are there. There are many Southern Cameroonians in the United States of America. If they can organize themselves together, convince Philip Mouya to sit in a meeting and a dialogue with them, where they will open up detailedly to Philip Mouya concerning their point and why they are fighting for separation, I believe they can convince Philip Mouya. And if they convince him at this point, he can open up and search for those documents regarding all this issue that we are fighting. The solution is in the hands of the United Nations. British Southern Cameroon was under the United Nations Trust Territory, that is Trusteeship Council. And all the country that was under this Trusteeship Council got their independence separately. French Cameroon got their independence separately. Celebrated it for how many months? Just check from 1st January up to 1st October. It's 9 months as a separate country. And British, within these 9 months, no, not only 9 months, it is 1 year, 9 months. Yeah, because British Southern Cameroon got their own in 1961. So from this 1 year, 9 months, British Southern Cameroon was fighting every blessed day to achieve their own independence, until that selfish desire came out from the heart of France and Britain. And they decided that they have to divide British Southern Cameroon into two. And they succeeded to divide it. So the solution to this crisis is my prayer for this 2023. That is my expectation. That Southern Cameroon will be liberated. Southern Cameroon will be set free peacefully this year, 2023. And regarding other problems in Cameroon, many of the opposition leaders and even the President of the Republic talk about it. But I ask a particular question. What are the strategies to achieve all those points that they are giving. They are talking about to reduce poverty, to reduce this, to improve road construction. What are the strategies? Is it to put more burden on the common people to raise money in order to pay the money they are owing International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, Islamic Bank, or what are they going to do to raise money in order to improve road networks in Cameroon? What are they going to do to raise money in order to stop creating political schools and create schools with infrastructure and furniture and benches or whatsoever? Where are they going to see the money? It is only through punishing the common people. And this is a problem. So I am pleading. I'm pleading with the government of Cameroon. If the first thing they have to do is not just by talking, the first thing they have to do is to cut government expenditure. Cutting government expenditure would be the best. That minister would not have any convoys. All ministers, government officials, starting with the president right to the least person who is benefiting from free rent, free bills, and many other things, should start paying for their bills and for their rent. All conferences should be held in conference halls in all the ministry, not going to Hilton Hotel, because Hilton Hotel is not owned by the government, but they are paying huge sum of money for any meeting. But there is a congress hall in Yaoundé that they can hold meeting there without renting. It can take any kind of people. If they have many people, they can go to a stadium that they constructed with the taxpayer money. That is not yielding anything. All ministry, they have conference halls, but they refuse to be holding meetings there. So this is how they can reduce this and raise money to help Cameroonians and improve their living standard. Poverty, the only way we can eradicate poverty is for the government to understand what poverty is all about. If you don't understand what poverty is all about, you will not eradicate it. What are the root causes? Why is it that people are not productive? You have to create farm to market route. Many people, somebody will invest 4 million, 5 million in cultivating a perishable product, and everything will got rotten on the way because there is no farm to market route. There is no ready market. And everything, the person will go bankrupt. How can we improve the living standard and raise many people above the poverty line? Is for the government to stop the crisis in Southern Cameroon. That is the whole situation. I keep on saying that Southern Cameroon is the brain basket or the basket of the whole Cameroon. When Southern Cameroon is crying, all Cameroonians will be crying. Hunger will be everywhere. Poverty will be everywhere. How many people, thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people were working with CDC and many other plantations in the southwest region? They all disappear. At least half of them are not working. When you look through Google, you discover that CDC was the second employer after the government of Cameroon. But today, cut down because of the crisis. So when the government stopped the crisis, the living standard of all Cameroonians will improve. With the crisis, millions of Southern Cameroonians were pushed below poverty lines, and they are still under poverty line. So this is my expectation, that the government of Cameroon will stop the Anglophone crisis in order to increase living standard in Cameroon. They will cut government expenditure, and somebody will take over the presidency, different from President Paul Biya and from a different political party, not the CPDM. These are my own expectations. And I am praying that you should drop your own expectation under the comment section and also share the videos for us to have many expectations and maybe create videos through those expectations to create awareness. For we all are for one better country or a world or even separate country, but let us be living in peace. Peace is the only thing humanity are praying for. Without peace, there is nothing we can have here on earth. And if Southern Cameroon is peaceful, if Cameroon is peaceful, then all of us will be okay, and poverty will disappear. You cannot be running away. The time that you could have been struggling to find food, you are running away, time that you could have been struggling to raise your living standard, you are running away. So the military should not kill you, or Amazonia should not kill you, or your brother should not do you something, or the government is against you. Many people are running away from Cameroon because of President Paul Biya and the entire CPD. Not because of the military, not because of the police, not because of the Amazonia, but because of the government of President Paul Biya, because they have, and they are trying by Oposubami to entangle all Cameroonians into their evil, to suffer and use all Cameroonians. They are using poverty as a weapon, using frustration as a weapon. They kept many Southern Cameroonians uneducated so that they will recruit them as military and manipulate them as they wish. I keep on saying, President Paul Biya is not more powerful than all Cameroonians. He cannot even stand a fight with a 2-year-old child at this age. But he is using the police and the military to get to anyone strong in Cameroon. And he is using them to overpower everybody. So thank you for dropping your own comment. Thank you for listening up to this point.